Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to Last Call, where the cocktails flow and the fandom grows. Though tonight, the fandom has lost one, and it's a biggie. Kevin Conroy, the voice of the Batman, has flown off into the night. And in a crazy, one might even say insane, coincidence, our guest bartender tonight is the other side of that Gotham penny, the Joker voice. Yeah, it really is a wild coincidence because we had this planned more than a month ago. Anyway, we have a talented voice actor here to celebrate the passing of a legendary voice actor. And we'll raise our glasses in salute. Then we'll put on a smile and look forward to happier times as we chat with the clowned prince of YouTube. So top off your glasses. Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. And here we go. And I should never be doing a Joker impression. That's what our special guest is here for tonight. If I'm going to do a Joker impression, it's got to be the Jack Nicholson one. That's the only one I might be able to pull off. But yeah, I won't do that again. I promise. Agent Boomer, how you doing, my friend? And what you sipping on tonight?
Oh, I got a Coke here. I'm doing all right.
It's been a week, hasn't it?
Sad to hear about Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy, and a little bit less laughter this week as we also say goodbye to Gallagher.
Yeah. He.
If it weren't that I was already planning on a Gotham City centric drink night tonight, I might have been doing some kind of a watermelon drink. But yeah, that's it. But you've had your ups and downs this week because you're still not moved into the house yet, are you?
No, we're back. It's still not in the best of shape, but I might have other temporary lodging later on in December. But right now we're just it's better. We're cleaning the floors and whatnot, and hopefully we get those walls taken care of. But yeah.
And it also seems like yours is the only state that knows how to vote in this country, for crying out loud. But
and if you live closer, you can always stay with us. But
well, yeah, it's a shame you don't live closer, but I guess that wouldn't make for a very good commute for you, I would imagine. What'd you say you were sipping on, a Coke?
Yeah, I'm
not a rum and Coke, just a Coke.
No, just a Coke. Got to work in the morning, but I'm streaming from a closet right now, so that's interesting.
That's fair. Well, don't come out of the closet for us. I mean... But yeah, let me go ahead and bring in our very special. Now, normally I refer to our special guest as guest behind the bar or the guest bartender, but unless I'm mistaken, our special guest tonight really is a bartender. Am I correct, Joker Voice?
You would be correct, dear sir. And hello, everyone. Hello, welcome to the Fun House tonight, where I, the Clown Prince of Crime, is your special guest. And let us all raise a glass to my arch nemesis, Batsy, the greatest Batman of all.
What are you sipping on tonight?
Oh, what I'm sipping on.
Mm-hmm. Jameson. Yeah, I had that last week. I would... and Netter, how you doing tonight?
Hi, Netter.
I'm doing fine, but it has been a week.
And instead of asking you what you're going to be sipping on, I'm going to tell you what you're sipping on. You are going to be sipping on a Harley Quinn. This is a red wine cocktail with a black sugar rim.
Ooh.
Hope you like it. Let me pass that over to you.
I may have to
5
find
feet
some.
across from you.
I am going to be having a Joker's Wild cocktail.
Ooh.
So it is green with a purple rim.
Oh.
And that is, obviously, there's Midori. There is some cherry vodka, a little bit of Bacardi, and equal parts sweet and sour. But
sounds like a hangover waiting to happen.
And I'm planning on a double now in honor of Kevin Conroy. But you're right. So to Kevin Conroy, Batman, we're
Salud.
gonna miss you. Salud. Oh, that's nice going over the sugar, too.
I bet.
Yeah, I like that. It's kind of nice.
And as you can see from the back wall here, what I have,
Oh, yeah.
I have a animated cell from Batman the Animated Series of Mr. J himself, autographed by the greatest Joker of all time, Mark Hamill.
Yeah. That's and I'll tell you. I mean, I have been saying when I was a couple years back at a different job, we had a Deadpool there, and who made the Deadpool and who didn't? Because they used to say, celebrities die in threes, and it just depends on where you draw the lines and stuff. Right. And the person running the Deadpool is the one who got to decide who, fit. The celebrity Deadpool or whatever. And she always left out the voice actors. And I'm like, that's not fair. Because honestly, voice actors really make our childhoods,
Oh, yes. And I will say, up until a certain film, Aladdin, voice actors were the driving force of animation and animated films. It was when Aladdin came out, and they used the voice of Robin DeWilliams in the marketing.
Yeah,
that's when the downfall started, and that's where the voice actors got relegated to side character.
Oh, you froze up on us there, or was that me, Boomer?
Can you hear me?
Okay, no, you and I are fine, but. Joker voice, you froze up on us. So if you are, can you? I don't know if he can see or hear us. So,
Mr. Freeze got him.
Cool it.
No,
exactly.
But yeah, what he was saying about voice actors, though, a lot of them ended up having to go to video games. That was one avenue. But you're right, that used to be a whole.
That was
line of work. Yeah.
We said Mr. Freeze got you.
Yeah, right. But I just caught that age. Yes, and then so they went from like Saturday morning to weekday cartoons, and then the games popped up, and that became a huge thing. But now A-list actors are now because it's their image is being used in these games.
It's funny you mentioned the games because Mark Hamill, as I recall, did a voice very prominently in, I think it was Wing Commander. Was that the game? Years ago, before it became, a popular thing, and now, people are doing games, they're doing TV shows. I have also noticed that the stigma between cinema actors working on TV, that used to be in the 70s and 80s, doesn't really exist anymore. But real quick, before we go too much farther down this road, let me say hi to the chat. First up tonight was David Pensack. He said, grab your drinks and sit in your favorite chair. Thank God it's Friday night last call. I like that. I like that. He just came up with that acronym tonight, and I'm digging it. Let the fun begin.
I like it.
And, of course, Big Al Presents. Yep. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy and Gallagher. Have a good stream. Thank you so much, my friend. He's got some recent reviews up for I'm drawing a blank. It was the Wakanda movie and something else. Definitely check out his review of that. It'll be a different perspective from most of the others that you're probably hearing. Matt Anui, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Man, that reminds me, that was a sad bit of news to wake up to. Yeah, no kidding,
I was at work.
Friend.
I was at work.
Me too.
When I got
me
that.
too. Good evening, Sir Torin. Good to see you, my friend.
Cleganes. Wow. Okay.
And this Joker voice is Joker in the chat here. Saying hi to everybody. Joshua V. Good evening, everyone. Good to see you, my friend. What are you saying, Sir Torin? It was raining when I woke up, and I said, well, that's foreshadowing for my day. I found out about Kevin Conway from Troy. That was 5 shadow. Then I found about Gallagher from Al, a 6 shadow. Yeah. It's It's been a rough week all around, let me tell you. And then of course we have deleted scenes in here, dropping all the links. Of course, the links for everybody that's on the panel tonight, including Netter behind the scenes, is in the description below. But thank you, of course, as always, deleted scenes. He will also be dropping links for any of y'all that got channels. Throughout the night, because he is about one of the hardest working blue wrenches in the YouTubes. I super appreciate that guy.
Yeah, him, like him, Mags and Six.
Mags and Six are great, Yeah.
And then Loki's, the wrenches as well.
So anyway, yeah, that was pretty rough. And I remember years ago, another celebrity had passed, and I can't remember who it was, but I misheard them, and I thought it was Kevin Conroy. And I'm like, no,
Right.
But I got to be honest with you, the past couple years, I mean, ever since he made that appearance on the CW as the future Batman, I was like, he's not looking too healthy. Something's up.
It was cancer.
It definitely was.
And this was and for most of the day, I was holding back the emotions.
Yep.
And then I watched Az's tribute video. And if anyone knows Az, he's a teddy bear, but he's tough.
He is.
He's a tough guy. And just to see him as what Batman and what the animated series meant to him.
Yeah.
And the minute his eyes started going, I was done. Tears are coming.
Yeah.
So I dig it.
I've had a few with the Jameson. I've had a few Irish cries throughout the day. I was like, oh, God, why did you take Kevin Conroy? Why is Amy Schumer still here, you bastard?
Yeah, right.
Young,
I mean,
it's 66 too. It's like
only the good die young. I mean, it really is the case. And
roll tide, Keely Chow, roll tide.
Yeah, hey Keely, good to see you. Yeah, we're talking Kevin Conroy, at least to begin with.
Yeah.
PJ of Orville Nation is here. Thanks for coming by. But I'll tell you. Maybe it was you who was saying it on the previous stream that you were on, that a lot of these voice actors, they're great with the fans, and I honestly, with maybe one exception, your alter ego, they don't put any negativity out there into the fandom,
Because I have interacted with, speaking of the Batman, who's someone who has worked with Kevin numerous times as Batgirl, and then in the Arkham games as Harley Quinn, Tara Strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tara Strong and I will probably disagree on 99% of anything we talk about, but she is so amazing and appreciative of fans, and I find this to be more the case with voice actors.
Yeah.
Because I mean, these are the voices of people's childhoods.
Yeah. I shared on my community tab, and I'm sorry, I can't remember off the top of my head who it was who responded, but I was saying that this whole thing, thinking about Batman, the voice of Batman being silenced, takes me back to some years ago when Casey Kasem died,
right?
And there was this snapshot that somebody did of the Super Friends, and they were all like giving a toast, and it says to Casey and Robin, 3 dots. It was like, and so now, they put up the Batman looking up into the distance, 3 dots. It's
right.
like, oh.
And there's also, I mean, and let's see, and Casey Asim was also Shaggy on Scooby.
Shaggy, exactly. Oh, that one killed me because it's Scooby, and he's burying his head in tears, and he goes, "I miss Raggy."
Oh no!
Like,
And
man.
then a little known fact: Casey Kasem was also the voice of Jason, who was the leader of G-Force in Battle of the
Yes, he
Planets.
was, as well as Seven Zark 7.
Right, right.
Lord Chester, thank you so much for stopping by. Happy
Yeah.
Veterans Day. Yes, you're right. We got so focused on the loss of Kevin Conroy. We have a lot of other heroes that we
Yes.
normally would be celebrating today. Absolutely. Everybody who
Yeah,
has
who
served.
capes.
Yeah, everybody who has served fighting for freedom throughout the world, really, we think of today. But
Salud.
there, salute. But yeah, and I wanted to ask you. This is really why I have guests on, because
Okay.
I want to be able to, there's things that I want to ask you in chats and things. And it's like, I'll just ask you when I get a chance to talk to you directly.
Okay.
So the voice actress who played the original Harley,
Ellen Sorkin,
Ellen Sorkin, right. I remember her from the soap operas.
Days
Yeah.
of Our Lives.
Oh.
Yeah. Which is kind of where the character comes from in an indirect kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
What I wanted to know is, have you ever met her?
I have not. She rarely makes the contour, or the rounds in the cons.
Sure.
But Tara Strong, who famously did the yes, Big Al, because the Mountain Dew was made to mix and to chase the whiskey. It actually was. Tara Strong, who was the voice of Harley during the games, and later on in the Adventures of Batman and Robin, she was the voice of Batgirl. She was not the original voice of Batgirl. Do you know
Okay.
who that was?
No, I don't.
Laura Ingalls, the Wilder herself, Melissa Gilbert.
No kidding. Wow.
Yep.
It's funny because Melissa Gilbert. Whenever somebody is
Childhood is like, oh, okay, hello.
whenever somebody is talking about like Babylon 5 or whatever, and they're talking about Bruce Boxleitner, I always go, "Oh, you mean Mr. Gilbert?"
Right, or what was it? Sequest. I'm like, oh, the captain of Sequest. I'm like, oh, the guy who shot Jaws.
yeah, exactly.
Funny.
Where's
Smile, you son of a.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's and I honestly, those Boomer and I just last night we were on. Oh no! What? Oh yeah, it was last night because it was our week has just been completely off. Just last night we were over on Mr. Mastic's channel talking about a couple of the DC animated features, including the Justice League. What is it? Final Frontier.
New Frontier.
New
Okay.
Frontier. Sorry.
That one's okay. That one's
And but the choices of voice actors was great. I loved Kyle MacLachlan as Superman.
Yeah.
Lucy Lawless as Wonder Woman. Oh my gosh, Lucy Lawless should have been playing Wonder Woman for years.
Well, because previous to that, in the because that's where they changed their animation style, and I believe
Yeah.
just from the style, I think they hired a bunch of folks from the Archer series because it looks very similar to that style. But the previous animated films, which was based on the new 52 run,
Yep.
they had for Wonder Woman was Rosario was Rosario Dawson,
Okay.
and she
I
was
can-
great.
Sure. Yeah.
Now, my favorite character in all of them, because when I mention this character, they always say, "Oh, you mean that film with Keanu Reeves?" I'm like, "No, that is not John Constantine. John Constantine is Matt Ryan. He did it in live action, and
Yep.
he was so good, he became the voice actor as well."
Yep. Yeah. Did you see the when they did their Crisis on Infinite Earths? Did you see his crossover with Lucifer?
Oh yeah, that was great.
That was the only
Johnny!
thing that I cared
Johnny!
about seeing. Was
Johnny,
that?
Hey, Lucy. Yeah, on what was it?
But
On,
if in an alternate world, where Warner Brothers got their shit together years ago, built on their successes,
Yep.
right? Back when Smallville was doing really, really well, right? Everything flowed from there. This is my alternate universe, right? They did a Wonder Woman movie starring Lucy Lawless.
Yeah.
And the reason I mention that, a lot of my followers already know, I have a MeWe group, Fixing the DC Cinematic Universe. Link in the description below because I knew it would be coming up tonight. And
join this?
absolutely you can.
Okay.
So the link is in the description, like literally at the end of the description below. You'll probably have to create a MeWe, but it's free. You just create an ID and join us. And what I'm doing is this is the first video where I announce what I'm really planning to do. So we have had a bunch of videos where we've done rewatches of DC films and cartoons and Smallville episodes, and we pick it apart and say,
You're talking
this is
language here.
exactly. That's why I brought it up. This is what we would do differently. Even Smallville, as good as it was, wasn't perfect. There are things that they could have done better and differently and so forth.
There was only one thing that was perfect about Smallville.
What's that?
Supergirl.
She was good, wasn't she? She really was. I mean,
Vander-
that's what I mean.
Vanderpump.
They should have spun her off to her own show, you know? Same thing with Justin Hartley. Why did they create a whole new Arrowverse when they could have just continued that particular Green Arrow, you know?
Why did they have to do Flashpoint in season 2 of the
I know.
Flash?
That makes as much sense as the in Star Trek second season where they did a clip episode when they've only had 2 seasons. You do a clip episode at the end of the series after 7
No.
or whatever,
Wrong.
and you have everything to draw on, and you film some additional footage with younger actors and stuff like that. That's how you do something like that.
Never
No.
do a clip episode.
Well, like I said,
Ugh.
unless you have a
You
whole
do it
series to
then,
draw
yes.
from, and you and like I said, add some new scenes like memories from before the show and stuff like that. But
I'm
anyway,
still sore about the Starship Troopers animated series where
No,
They- they had one last story arc to do, and they said, "Oh no, we have enough episodes. You can do 4 clip episodes, and we meet the run." It's like, but we had the final story arc to do. Nah, do the clip episode.
guys, I am taking advantage of the fact that this is my show. I want to reach out to Boosh McFadden, who just stopped in. Boosh, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I have something I want to send to you. I need you to send me a DM where I can send you something. I got something for you. I don't want to say it publicly, but reach out to me. Send me an email or a DM on the Twitters or whatever. Let me know how I can get in touch with you, okay? Because I got something for you. And and this is of course Boosh McFadden's channel. Subscribe to him.
And Boosh, I told you, don't call me puddin' in public.
My pudding.
That's between us, dear boy.
What you do in private, none of anybody's business.
Just
Speaking of
between just between us and the hyenas. Which does anyone know? Which does anyone know the name of the hyenas?
Heckle and Jekyll? But it's something like that. The two go together, right?
Laurel and Hardy.
Bud and Lou.
That's perfect. That is perfect. That is awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, Sir Torin knew it because there's like a 30-second lag. So the fact that he had it that quickly after you said it means he was typing it before you said it.
Ooh.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Nipples hard with that.
Well, alrighty then. I mean, whatever floats your boat. That's enjoy it, boss.
Flowing, folks.
Okay. Here's another one. This is another one that I've been wanting to ask the famous Joker voice. Although this could be an obvious one, maybe it's not. Favorite Joker incarnation?
Mark Hamill.
That's what I figured. I wasn't sure.
There's no question. Now, live action, there's a toss-up between Jack and Heath, because really that's,
yeah, they're very different, so it's...
Jack was more comic accurate in his look, but the portrayal, Jack was just being Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Heath brought just this sadistic, cold, smart, calculated, just terrifying.
I agree with you.
More of a grounded.
I'm kind of surprised though that you say comic accurate representation.
As far as the costume, his look, his
okay, I see what you're saying then. I would also even go so far as to say the whole Acme Chemicals origin story. The problem is I don't like seeing the pre-origin Joker, I liked what they did with Heath Ledger where,
established.
Yeah, it was like that line from the comics, I prefer my origin to be multiple choice,
Which is a great story.
Exactly.
That story, again,
I actually don't even remember which one that was. I just remember the line.
That would be the magnum opus of the lunatic Alan Moore, would be the Killing Joke.
The Killing Joke. Yeah.
Alan Moore's gotten a little loopy now. Mm-hmm.
I oftentimes confuse, some of my favorite stories, I end up overlapping them, and I forget which one was from Arkham Asylum and which one was from The Killing Joke. But Vagrancy Horror asks what we're sipping on, because you missed at the top. Netter is drinking a Harley Quinn. I am drinking a Joker's Wild. Joker Voice is drinking a Jameson. Aged Boomer is drinking a Coca-Cola. And you guys got to share with me in the chat what you guys are sipping on. Is that the hardcover?
Yep.
Yeah, I've got the original, the soft cover before they reprinted it.
Which great story on that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching Megan Noob Reviews. She has her own little.
Yes, Megan Lee, sure.
Yes, Megan Lee.
She's totes adorbs.
She is totes adorbs. I want to adopt the girl.
Adorable. I love her. I love her to death. She is hilarious. Who did she have on? She had Pops on her channel.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulls out this.
Wait a minute. You always were a vicious son of a bitch. I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead. I'm glad you're dead. Oh, I cracked myself up. Sorry.
Should it be my turn?
No. Jack Nicholson's mine, man.
All right, fine.
Freaking me out, man.
You are my number one guy.
Why did you was thinking
See, that's the other thing. I could do Bob too.
So
I got the hat.
right. So Megan Lee has Pops on her channel, and she pulls out this and she pulls out this copy of this.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Only she doesn't know it's a first
First edition. Yeah.
first edition. And Pops is like, Megan, put that back in the sleeve right now.
Don't read it. Don't crease the spine.
Just put it back in the sleeve right now. Go to Walmart and buy a hardcover.
Yep.
And Megan.
And she's like, okay.
While she was eating Cheetos.
No. She wouldn't do that.
Because she had no clue. And Pops was like,
No, I gotta say, Pops is big on the whole, put them in acrylic and have them graded and stuff. I can't go that far. I've still got all of my original comics in long boxes, and
right.
I got them in plastic and cardboard, and that's where they're going to be. And let's face it, I read them when I bought them. So
right,
they're loved. Not. I don't mean like they're all like modern Kenner retros or anything like that, but
that's how I am, because I have a 6-piece, I have a 6 issue story about the Huntress. I've read each one once. It's back in the sleeve.
Yeah.
I got my Isom #1. I read it once. Back in the sleeve.
Same here.
But another thing with the so
I'm looking forward to the Isom universe. I really or the Ripaverse or whatever you call it.
Ripaverse. So just so you know, folks, Killing Joke, great graphic novel, terrible animated film.
Oh wow. God! I didn't even watch it because I heard about
the first half.
That first half, I was like, oh fuck, man.
Oh no!
But it's canonically accurate.
They shagged in the comics?
It's canonically accurate because Batman Now Beyond, which is canonically accurate, Bruce and Barbara talk about their past relationship.
Oh, that's just wrong. That's just wrong.
We never knew if they went all the way, though.
Oh, that's
Stop it.
Hey, let me ask you, Joker Voice. Have you ever seen a fan, I guess, I don't know if it's a fan film or if it was just a preview that never actually became a film. It was called Grayson.
No.
Okay.
Which I may want to get your email afterward, because I've done some little fan fictions of the DC universe that I might like to send you.
Oh yeah, I'd definitely be interested in that. Well, my email's on my about page.
Okay.
But I'll send me your deets, because I will press you a copy of the DVD of Grayson.
Okay.
It has. I don't remember if it's 1 disc or 2, but it's got both the fan film kind of thing and then the behind the scenes of the guy doing it. And it's brilliant. This guy is clearly a fan. Good. And it's a future story of Dick Grayson after Batman dies. And he is married to Barbara Gordon.
Okay.
And they have a daughter. Who gets kidnapped by the Joker, incidentally.
Because that's an interesting take, because in the series that I am reviewing, which is the HBO Max series Titans,
yep.
Dick, like Dick is, he's a ladies' man, because in the comics and the animated, he develops a relationship with Starfire.
Right. Which comes from the comics, yeah.
Right. But prior to that, it shows he had a thing with Barbara, and he had a thing with Dove. who is the later
right.
of
The
Doug,
later of Hawk and Doug. Yeah, you're right.
which she's hot as fuck. I'm just gonna say.
I remember. I collected those comics back then. I collected both New Teen Titans and Tales of the Teen Titans.
Yeah, the latest episode of Titans. I'm like, oh, we got some things that I'm like,
Let me tell you, I met before he passed, of course. I met George Perez in Metropolis, Illinois. He was there for the Superman celebration.
Okay.
And for like a nominal fee, he would do an autographed original drawing.
Right.
And people were asking him for pictures of Superman mostly because it was a Superman celebration and some of the other titles that he worked on. He said, "What would you like me to draw for you?" I said, "Could you do Jericho for me?" And he's like, he looks at me, he's like, "Wow." I said, "Look, if I'm going to ask you to do a drawing, I want one of yours." He's like, "You got it, man." And so I have an original sketch of Jericho from George Perez.
Nice.
I've thought about sharing it online, but no, it's private. It's mine.
That's so a you thing. You just need to keep that to
Exactly. I love that. So I just tell the story, and it's like, well, if you want to see it, I'll show you privately. But
since we've been talking about the DC,
I just caught this. Boosh. It's finger, circle, eggplant, wet, bat. That's good, Boosh. That's a good one. I like that.
So, how do we like the recent news that has come out about now the DC studios?
Boomer, you want to take this one? Because I'm still trying to assimilate all of this.
Assimilate what?
The news, the recent news about, so we got Black Adam coming out.
Adam, yes. Mm-hmm.
Which means a return of Henry Cavill as Superman.
Correct.
Which is great, but why is he the one and not Captain Marvel? I refuse to call him Shazam. He's not Shazam.
Here's why. Because The Rock and Henry.
I know that. I've told Boomer that, behind the scenes and everything. Netter actually was surprised. She was filling in for Boomer, and I was explaining that, and I was like, yeah, that's how Hollywood works, but that kind of works against the lore, and it bothers me. Unless, as Mr. Matchstick has pointed out, unless they do the story that they did in the animated, where it's Superman, Black Adam, and if they do that, that would be great. I don't see that happening because that makes too much sense.
Why not?
Hold on.
You enjoyed it that much?
Look at you, Netter. Wow.
I know she doesn't drink the alcohol usually.
Wow.
Netter, I'm impressed.
Yeah.
So
it was like a plum wine.
It was a cherry wine cocktail. So there was a little bit of cherry juice in there too, so that sweetened it up a bit.
Pretty good.
Oh,
your lips are all black from the sugar.
I need to get that. That's gonna be wonderful.
Now I don't have to wear lipstick.
I had this from like 2 years ago. This Christmas cherry wine, a Christmas branded cherry wine, and I was like, if I put this in a martini glass like this with a black sugar, I said that would be totally Harley Quinn. But I'm like, I know Natter, it's got to be sweet, so I put a little bit of sour cherry juice at the bottom, and then poured that over it. She's a happy girl, maybe
in the bar world we call those drinks penny droppers.
Well, maybe she let me do the freaky stuff tonight. I don't know. We'll see.
Penny droppers. May I ask Joker Voice a question?
Absolutely. That's why you're here.
Did you see Black Adam?
Yes.
Did you like it?
It was fun.
Okay.
I liked as far as that overall story, it's a very simple story. I mean, if you're going to expect anything on the level of like the Winter Soldier or Civil War or Infinity War, you're gonna be very upset. This is a very basic intro film. I love the casting of Dr. Fate. I thought that was the perfect casting choice. On the whole, out of 10, I'd give it a 6. So
Okay, that's fair.
I
Okay.
recommend.
Since your last stream, I wanted to ask you,
Okay.
Adriana Tomas, is she Joanna Cameron level hotness?
I mean, she's hot, but I mean,
Okay, yeah, I mean that is a high bar. Let's face it.
I mean,
you know.
I will have to see her as spoiler alert, folks. ISIS.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Wikipedia and who's who in the DC universe is out there. So I mean, come on. Oh, I'm falling behind on saying hi to people. I'm so sorry. Stephen Ransom, thanks so much for being here. Cancer tropes, Joker, Anarchy. Yeah, it wasn't the Joker that got Batman. It was cancer. That sucks. That sucks big time.
Which is interesting because on the political scale, this Joker ranks as in the same with Ripa, anarcho-capitalist. So I'm just saying.
Okay, fair enough. Joe DeMarco, greetings, everyone. Good to see you, my friend. And by all means, if you want to encourage me, and I'm sure if you're here, you want to encourage me, hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I am one away from one of those round numbers that would encourage me a lot. So,
Right.
Most everyone that's already here is probably already subscribed, but it's worth a shot. Double check and make sure you're subscribed.
But we love 5s and 0s.
5s and 0s, yes, are nice, and the 0s especially. I'm just one away from 550, and that would make me very, very happy.
Oh,
I
have been hovering around like 325 for like 3 weeks now. I'll go up, I'll go down.
I'm going to assume that everybody here knows that they should definitely be subscribing to my guests. That's why we bring them here, because I enjoy their content. That means I think you will enjoy their content as well. So make sure you subscribe. Joker Voice,
Don't make me bring out the crowbar.
Oh, we know what happens with that crowbar, let me tell you.
Jason Todd knows.
So I meant to bring this up before the show. Okay. So it might be a little unfair of me to get this personal without front loading, but if you don't feel like answering this question, or if it's a topic you don't want to go into, perfectly fine, just let me know. But I think it's an important thing to talk about. And I think you believe this too, because I see it in your about section on your page. Mm-hmm. You struggle a little bit with a stutter. And you are...
You mean you noticed?
Well, and you are in a performance... What is this? This YouTube sphere. It's a performance arts kind of thing.
It is.
Do you feel comfortable talking about it?
Always.
So, what... I guess, for myself and for I'm sure a lot of my subscribers, what is it like to have I don't know if you call it a stutter or a stammer?
No, it's a stutter.
Is it a speech impediment?
Yes.
Okay. And in your opinion, what do you feel causes it?
Okay, well, I actually know what causes it. So, for those of you out there, here's a little lesson here. Yes, I do have a a stutter. Yes, I do have a YouTube. Yes, I do have a YouTube channel. Every job I've ever had, I have to talk because
Well, yeah.
because stutterers, our voices are no less valid than anyone else. Which is why I have the hashtag keep talking. Stutterers,
Amen.
Like
and
it.
folks, and with a speech impediment, keep talking. So what it is, my brain moves way faster than the muscles in my larynx.
You
So-
think fast. I dig that.
I don't do that. So what happens is my the vocal cords, which generally move freely and openly like this to let air pass through, because my brain works faster than the muscles. There's a short circuit that happens, so the muscles will lock, and air cannot pass through as smoothly. Thus, the stammer and stutter. That's how it works.
So that makes me wonder, as the booze goes in, does that help or hinder you in your speech?
Depends on how hot she is.
I get you. Yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter how drunk you are. If she's really hot, you're still going to stammer. Look,
Pretty much.
people without a stammer are going to stammer. Ask Netter. She'll tell you how much I stammered when we met.
Netter.
Well, am I right or am I right?
He was just really shy.
I really was.
Troy
really
is
was.
shy.
I know, right?
What is this?
So
Info
I
now.
got to retell the story. Because this is new to you.
Oh,
Netter and I met not directly, but indirectly at a Star Trek convention. She
Why?
was dressed in a Next Gen top and a black miniskirt.
that's
she-
nice. Okay, but what,
Yeah, she's got great legs, let me tell you.
But
So
how does she look as an Orion slave girl?
she hasn't done the green, but
Netter.
she would probably do really well.
Netter.
No. She also said she would wear the metal bikini if I made it for her. And I'm like, you know what? For all that effort just to take it off,
Hold on.
maybe not.
Hold on. Because you realize who you're asking here. The folks that we know in this community, that could be on your front porch next week. You know, right?
I know. It's right. It's like, I mean, she's got lingerie she never wears because it's like, don't bother. Let's just get right to it. You know?
But if y'all are interested, I'm a size 6.
She is a size 6, so I mean, if you know.
14.
Oh wow.
Netter,
But,
I love you already. You're great.
Look, 50 and 60 years old, and we're still like that. So you know, just. But anyway,
It was funny, of the two of us, he looks older.
I do look older than she does because I stopped dyeing my beard during the coof. Yeah, exactly. Well, no, when I was interviewing, I figured keep it dark, look as young as I could. Once the coof hit, I was like, screw it, I don't give a crap anymore.
You should dye it red.
It's interesting. if I hadn't gone completely gray, my beard came in half brown, half red.
What?
Yes. And my grandmother always said we have red hair in our family lineage, so you know.
Oh, he's going to get something.
Uh-oh. What is this? Should I be scared? Yeah, he doesn't even know what I'm saying because he doesn't have his ears in.
I do now.
Okay, what's up? Oh, the crowbar! We'll get back to the crowbar because I got a story about that in just a minute. But yes, for scratching your back, exactly. But yeah, no, and here John DeMarco's trying to get us back on track, meaning at a Star Trek convention. So she's dressed in the Next Gen uniform, and nice. It's coming through kind of blue for some reason. I don't know why. That should be
There.
green.
I like the hair.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so she was in the next gen top. I was in the maroon movie gen uniform,
Right.
and she I just didn't have the nerve.
Hold on, which I noticed that they moved the red shirts to command instead of the disposable. I'm
That's
saying.
funny.
Yeah, that was a change that happened between the original series and Next Gen. I don't know why they switched red and gold, but they did. Why not? I mean, in between, they had these weird lavender, light blue, light greens.
Soak up the blood when you're fighting the Klingons.
Well, yeah, there's that. There's that. What was interesting, though, you bring up a great point. In Star Trek II, the opening scene is this battle scene with Kirstie Alley in the command chair. And everyone else you recognize except her.
Right.
And she's wearing this red, collar. You don't know what that means. It's brand new. And for all you know, she's the new captain, right? And then it turns out, it's all, it's all an exercise in a simulator, and this is the cadet uniform. I thought that was brilliant. I thought that was clever, so
I will say this, and I will say this is the only positive thing I will ever say about the J.J. Abrams Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
The Marcus casting.
Oh yeah, no, the casting was great for every single person. I agree 100%.
Carl Urban killed it.
I did not, all these years with as much of a focus as we had on Star Trek, I did not know this, John DeMarco. They switched colors because Patrick Stewart looked better in red. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. It absolutely works. And they've joked about it, since then. I think it was it Deep Space Nine, the Troubles and Tribulations, where they made some joke about the switch between yellow and red. I'm like, brilliant.
Well,
that self-aware humor,
Well, my big joke with TNG was Commander Troy, cat suit, Dr. Crusher, unrevealing lab coat.
Yeah, that's true. And let's face it, she was smoking hot too. Well, but there was that one where they were both in leotards, stretching.
I remember that.
And then there was that episode where Tasha Yar seduces Ada. So
yes. Okay.
I'm just saying.
So, if you're willing to talk about your speech impediment, here's another very serious, very personal question.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the Star Trek: The Next Generation porn parody?
Oh dear God, no. I don't want to know.
Dude, there's a version out there that edits out all of the nudie bits. And it is a good Star Trek episode. I shit you not. It is incredible. It is very clear that these people in the porn industry are Star Trek fans and they know what the hell they're doing. It's awesome. In fact,
it's confirmed Troy is a fan of porn.
I would challenge anyone in my chat to say they're not. Put that aside. The bloke that plays the Patrick Stewart role, the Captain Picard.
Yeah.
He actually did not only this porn parody where he does the porn, right?
Right.
He has also done a fan film, like non-porn fan film.
Really?
Yeah, and it's really good. It was featured on Max World Entertainment, which is a friend of the channel who does a lot of the fan films for Star Trek. Yeah, I mean I'm watching it on his channel, and I'm like, is that the guy from the porn parody? And everyone in the chat's like, yep, that's him. That's him. Yep, that's him. Yeah. But I tell you, you see this thing, and like I said, there's an edit out there that takes all the sex out of it. And I mean, you know, you could just find the original and fast forward through the sex, because the story is very clearly written by people who understand Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Okay.
I mean, it's just brilliant. I mean, the casting isn't the best, and the acting isn't the best.
It never is.
But the story is spot on good, you know?
The Borg in it?
No, there's no Borg,
Well,
but...
Because that just leads to so many other connotations.
Right. But they do kind of deal with the whole Tasha Yar thing and Data and, you know, all the relationships that you know, the Beverly and Picard and, you know,
Right.
all of those things, Deanna and Riker, you know, obviously they're the ones that pair up. Yes, Geordi does get, you know, a chance at Leia Brahms, you know, I mean, and all of that. But the story is solid, and it just goes to show, and this is, I mention this only because it's like, oh, thank you, Deleted Scenes. He even dropped Max World Entertainment's link for me. Definitely worth a follow if you're a Star Trek fan, you like Star Trek fan films, and so forth. But it's very clear that the fans, including people in the porn industry, know Star Trek and are doing better story writing. Come on, when porn is doing better story writing than Bad Reboot, come on, guys.
Well, considering I used to live in the San Fernando Valley, so... All right, so going back to the stuttering thing, I left a link in the private chat. I have a mixed tease store, guys.
Oh, okay. Well, why didn't you just drop it in the chatty chat?
Because I'm just doing this on my laptop and not my phone.
Okay, well, I'll drop it. I'll drop it in the main. Yeah.
Through.
To drop a link.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I just dropped it in the private chat, and I didn't mean to do that. I meant to drop it in the regular chat.
What are you doing?
I'm drunk. Give me a break.
So, through the month of December, however many shirts, hoodies, do whatever, I will be taking a percentage of the cash raised, and I'm going to donate it to the Stuttering Foundation. So definitely grab yourself a shirt,
Cool.
and you're going to be contributing to a good cause.
Not where I thought that was going. I swear, I thought you were going to say, I'm taking a portion of it, I'm putting it towards my porn addiction.
No.
No, toward a good cause, smart guy.
Troy, I live in Las Vegas.
Yeah,
I
right.
I don't need to contribute to that. It contributes to me.
Yeah, exactly true. I mean, they're literally probably filming it like 2 doors down from you, for crying out loud.
Next door.
Next door. Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Wow.
Which, by the way, I have, and yes I do 10 bar, and I've been doing that in this town for about a decade and a half.
Oof.
And folks say, "Oh my God, some of the things you may have seen." I said, "Oh."
So he's gonna see the Star Trek porn parody, and he's gonna go, "Hey, I made drinks for her one time."
Well, yeah, because there is that. There, actually, this did not happen in my bar, but this happened in a friend of mine's bar. I was over hanging out with her. This is about 3:30 a.m. And she's got these, and her bar is right across the street from UNLV.
Okay.
So she's got these frat guys in there, and they're just being stupid.
Sure.
They're stupid.
Well, yeah.
And so she goes to go use the ladies' room, and as she is in there, apparently there's like 5 girls. There's like 5 gals in there, and they're making out. Clothes are coming off and everything. And she said, "Girls, do you want to take this onto the stage that we have out here?" And she and the girls were like, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever." So they went out onto the stage, making out. Clothes were off. Whatever. The 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 annoying guys from the frat never gave her a problem the rest of the night.
I would, because they were kind of focused.
A little bit.
Funny.
Refocus the energy. Yeah, no,
Yes.
I dig that. I dig that. That's very, very clever. That is smart. I could that is wisdom right there, let me tell you. But yeah. So yeah. So let's see. We covered. Oh, I remember where I was originally going with bringing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. The more I drink, the more I go all over the place.
I like it.
I was talking about the reason I had brought up the stuttering was because the whole voice actor thing, right? Not uncommon for a voice actor to have struggled with stuttering in their past. Very, very famous voice actor.
Mel Torme.
That's true. I had forgotten that one. I was going to say James Earl Jones.
Yes.
Interesting.
The voice. The voice.
Now, let me ask you something.
Okay.
You hear an interview with James Earl Jones. You'd never guess he had struggled with a stutter. What do you attribute it to that he has learned to manage it?
I would say that he, as far as a voice actor goes, when you're doing a part, when you're doing a role, because people who stutter never stutter when they sing. There's a rhythm, there's a cadence, there's a pattern.
Right.
And much is the same with characters. I liken this to say Marvin the Martian, and you get the "Oh, you've made me angry. Oh, so very angry.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Where's that earth-shattering kaboom?"
Yeah.
Or you say Yogi Bear. Yeah, I'm smarter than the average man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's a rhythm, there's a pattern. So when I'm doing the lines and I get into that character, I don't stutter.
Yeah.
Much like I am here. Come on now. Who would dare argue with good old Mr. J?
Absolutely. And I think about especially, what is required to do, for example, Darth Vader. He's sitting in a sound booth, reading a script, and he's affecting an accent. People sometimes overlook that. He doesn't normally speak with that British accent, or that transatlantic accent almost.
What you don't see in the booth is, and the guy who did for the Clone Wars, the guy who did the voice of Darth Maul is a really perfect example of this. Sam. So you'll see. So what we hear on the TV screen, we're expecting this. Da 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 da, line.
Right.
If you see a behind the scenes, Sam is like this.
Yes. Yes. Exactly, because that's the only way you can get your voice to sound like you're exerting the exact way you see on the screen. There was, I literally just yesterday saw a clip of, help me out, guys. Who does the voice of Ahsoka?
Ashley Eckstein.
Ashley Eckstein, right. She was talking about how she would go through and do all of her lines, but then she would back up and she would do all the like she's doing the fighting and being hit and stuff like that. She said it was the first time she was doing a real long segment of it, and everyone's giggling because they see where she's going with this. She said, and then so-and-so came up to me and handed me $1. Because she's, yeah. Nice.
That would have probably been Matt.
Oh, I could see that. Sure.
Now, there are some times where the voice that requires you to be this prim and proper thing. So, like when James Arnold Taylor is just speaking and not in any action sequence as Obi-Wan, it's hello there, and you see him and he's very prim, proper, and sitting up very straight, and so it's what you see in the booth is very fun to watch, because there was one episode, there's this little cartoon called DC Superhero Girls. And there's one episode where it's basically Batgirl and Harley Quinn.
Okay.
Well, they're voiced by the same person, Tara Strong.
Oh, gosh.
So I'm just imagining Tara in the booth playing off herself the entire time. And it is just hilarious to watch. because as Babs, she is like,
yeah, exactly.
Like
and then Harley's just all over the place. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be taxing.
I would love to be a fly on that wall just to watch that.
I'd get exhausted. I mean, I can't even imagine. You got to quick between two characters. I mean, my gosh, I hope she's doing the lines separately. Maybe she does one, then she does the other.
Yeah, that's probably what she does. But I'm sure I'm sure just for fun, they're like, okay, just run it through and have her just go.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to break character either, because you get into character, you want to stay in that character. I'll tell you, those actors that do accents, it's hard to get out of the accent and then get back into the accent.
Mm-hmm. It
really is. What were you saying, Agent Boomer?
Oh, didn't they do a Doctor Who episode where Matt Smith was talking to himself as the cyber controller or whatever?
Yes.
Nightmare
in Silver.
Yeah.
And that is tough, because you're in camera having to act back and forth. I mean, look at there was editing involved, but look at what's his name, who played Gollum, and he's going back and forth. Andy Serkis, right? Going back and forth between Gollum and.
Why does he not have an Oscar already is beyond me?
Oh my God! Right? Oh my God! That guy he's acting the hell out of the roles he's in. You know who else? Oh crap! He plays Saru in Star Trek, and like every tall, thin alien creature. Pan's Labyrinth. Come on, guys, help me! Somebody in the chat. Someone's gonna tell me. The
guy who played Rock.
Well,
that was Lurch. So I'm saying.
Yeah.
Which that was.
I'm drawing a blank. The Color of Water. Doug Jones. Thank you, delete. I knew. Actually, John DeMarco beat you, but Doug Jones. Yeah, he is. I didn't realize that not only does he embody the characters he plays, he's doing the voice acting too. Sometimes separately. But what's amazing is he's got this pantomime style to him that he's doing while he is doing this voice acting in camera. You know, it's just amazing. Okay, he's up to something, and that's fine. Like, maybe I should be a little scared, but there we go. But I'm not paying attention. Oh, okay, that's fair. That's fair. Nature calls sometimes, and so let's let him do that. He probably didn't want the whole chat to know that, though. So oh well, oh well. But yeah, I think that voice acting is at least as much well, and think about it, Boomer. Before we had television, we had just voice actors on the radio, right?
Yeah, a lot of the old-time radio shows.
A lot of the tropes that we ascribe to Superman come from the radio dramas, specifically because of the nature of voice acting. This looks like a job for Superman. And he would change his voice when he became Superman. Because you didn't have the visual to see him opening up his shirt and changing his costume and the cape flying, right? All you've heard. Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of crossed over, too, into, like, in Marvel when you have, like, the Hulk, right? When you have that, what's his goofball name? Ruffalo, yeah. When he goes from playing Banner to Hulk, it's still his voice, but then it's, and it's got all the filters. It's got its filters on it. It's got Lou Ferrigno's voice filtered over it and stuff like that. I mean, whatever. But, yeah, whatever. But the point is, it lends something to it. Back in the day, it was just a guy at the microphone. This is a job for Superman. I mean,
the master of where it all started, Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc, yeah, exactly. Oh, I'll tell you,
The man of 1,000 voices.
No kidding. To the point that there were so many voices he did that I loved and didn't even realize it was him. I had no idea for years that bitty, hey, Buck, that was Mel Blanc. I'm like, and then once you can't unknow it. It's like, well, of course that's Mel Blanc,
And the fact that you invoked Buck Rogers in the 25th century. As a young child, every time Princess Ardala came on screen was freaking porn.
Right? Well, yeah, the bare midriff. I mean, let's face it. They got away with stuff in the 70s and 80s on regular television that would be at least PG-13 today. Let me tell you.
What was it? What did I hear about? I heard about the shenanigans that went on for among probably one of the most tame shows ever, Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
Like Dawn Wells wanted to hike her pants down lower to show her navel. And they're like, no.
Yeah. They've been fighting that fight over on I Dream of Jeannie for years. No, it's not going to happen.
And then what was it? And then Tina Louise would try they would try to pull her top down a little more to show her cleavage. And like, no. But every now and then you got a little something that's like, because now that you're like, they snuck that one through.
And Red Room Diecast, yeah, thank you so much. My Friday's going well. We've been commiserating a little bit about the loss of Kevin Conway and Gallagher and so forth, but by and large, it's Friday, and I've had more than a couple of Joker's Wilds, and I'm feeling okay. But no, yeah, I'm with you right there. And then, of course, last show we were talking about Joanna Cameron, who you do a little more research, and she's shown more skin than she did on screen. But let me tell you. Yeah. Linda Carter. Lindsay Wagner.
The cast of the OG Battlestar Galactica.
Right. Wilma Deering. Oh. Especially in the movie. She changed when she got to the series. She got all like hard and serious and whatnot, but
she was much fun.
She was way more romantic character in the movie, let me tell you.
Still
But
hot as fuck.
she still is, right? And you know,
let's not forget, guys. Come on, 1983, Return of the Jedi.
the metal bikini. I gotta tell you, man. Wow. Let me tell you, there was when she jumps on that cannon and she's swiveling around. Everybody's looking like, let's see. Can we get an angle?
Yes.
So Disney hates that costume.
Screw Disney.
Fuck Disney.
That's right. That is right.
Fuck Disney. So I am going tomorrow. I'm going tomorrow morning because a friend invited me, and I said, okay, I'll go with you, but we're going to go to a matinee show because I don't want you spending full price. We're going to go see Wakanda, whatever. And just so I can do my review of it, because I'm not giving Disney the money any more than the $8.99 they get from me now. Yes, she did.
Yeah. Oh, this is sad. Okay. Kevin Conroy was the voice of Batman in the Batman animated series.
How did I know that? What?
It's fair. People don't, sometimes people don't know the name of the voice actor. They may know the work without even realizing the name. So let's be fair,
Okay. Because the dedication this man had.
Yeah.
To the fans. There are the videos of him at cons. Now, if you've ever been to a con, there's the guest area, and there's a queue line, and most of the queue lines are decent. The last one I went to in Salt Lake, the one for Ashley Eckstein was at least an hour wait, and I'm like, I love you. And
totally worth it.
Not that much, because I got to do a short with Miss Strong, which is on my channel. Check the
yes,
shorts out.
it is. I've seen it. Very good.
That was in like 30-second the wait time. But if you ever went to a con and Kevin Conroy was there, that line was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was a full queue. It went outside around the building, and like every half an hour, almost like clockwork, he would stand up and just say, "I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman." The entire floor would erupt.
I would imagine. Yeah.
I'm getting chills.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good
and
man.
Again, and again, this man would stay till the last fan got an autograph. This is this is what Az said, because
I need to interrupt you because I just realized I had forgotten. Manchester Prepper, he's on the other side of the pond. What the hell time is it there, bro? I mean, my gosh, it's like I'm in the middle of the night, early morning there. Dude, thanks so much for being here. You are awesome. You are a hell of a trooper. Thanks for coming hanging out with us.
That's a nice avatar too.
Unless it's like, you're looking for, to just have us put you to sleep because you have insomnia or something. I mean, I don't know. But you're right. It is a good icon, right?
Right. So, and this is what Az said on his thing, and it was a known secret that Kevin was gay.
Yes.
But it didn't matter.
I actually didn't realize that until today because who knows or cares, right?
Right.
None of my business.
Right, because as said, the fandom has always been inclusive.
Yeah.
We've always been inclusive, and this is why we fight.
Well, this is another thing. The actor and the character are two different things. Exactly. Batman's not gay, but the actor, absolutely he could be gay, and there's no reason he couldn't be.
Right.
Same thing happened when they decided, we're gonna make Sulu gay, and George Takei is like, why?
But he's
The
not
character
gay.
isn't gay. I'm gay, but the character isn't gay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing he's ever said I agreed with, but, be that as it may. Because it's called acting, right?
You're
You
playing
you don't have to be straight in order to play a straight person. You don't have to be gay to play a gay person. I hate to tell you this, but people have been doing that for years.
which I had to throw it into someone's face when somebody said that it was weird that a white person was the voice of a black character, and I said, okay, are you a fan of Samurai Jack? And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, well, good. So Samurai Jack is a Japanese
Yeah,
character, right? And like, yeah. I'm like, voiced by a black guy,
yeah. Darth Vader, white guy,
black voice.
black voice. Yeah. And there's actually a lot. You get into the DC animated.
Oh, sure.
And if you go to most children's cartoons, the every voice of a boy is done by a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just how it should be. It's just how it should be, right? You don't want Bart Simpson being done by an actual 10-year-old boy. The show would have lasted 2 years.
Right, because you don't want Bart Simpson to be voiced by Clancy Brown.
That's for sure. Well, maybe I could see an older version of him. That might actually be pretty cool.
Hey, Homer!
Eat my shorts, man. Clancy Brown, a local boy. He's originally from the Chicago area. Just wanted to mention that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could have Homer Simpson voiced by Michael Ironside.
That would actually be pretty cool too.
That'd be kind of great. Which give props to Mr. Clancy Brown was which is one of the reasons why I love the film Highlander.
Highlander, yeah.
And is the voice of the DC animated series is Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Yeah, absolutely.
And which again, talk about diversity. In Highlander, you have an American playing a Russian. You have a Frenchman playing a Scotsman. You've got a Scotsman playing a Spanish Egyptian.
Yep. Exactly right.
You got the UN right there.
In the DC animated universe, my favorite,
which is so good, and that is the one place that up until now, DC has kicked Marvel's ass.
Yep. Clancy Brown, as you said, did the voice of Lex Luthor. And ironically, the voice of the Flash was done by Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor on Smallville.
Yep.
Smallville. Yeah.
There was my favorite storyline was when Lex Luthor takes over the Flash's body. So, of course, Lex Luthor is then voiced by Michael Rosenbaum. And, of course, he goes, whatever plan he had didn't succeed or whatever. And he's like, well, at least I can find out who the Flash is, what his secret identity is. He stands in front of a mirror, and he takes off his mask, and he looks, and he goes,
It's himself.
I have no idea who this is. And I'm like, that's right. Nobody would. He's just nobody. He's not famous.
And I will say this about the Justice League animated series and about the DC animated stuff. Overall. They tackled some very dark subjects.
Yeah, they did. They did.
There's one scene. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, as bad as cringy as it was in the Killing Joke, what the Joker did to Barbara,
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
One of my favorite scenes, Justice League Unlimited. I believe the episode is called Epilogue, where it's Ace from the Royal Flush Gang,
Oh,
and she is constructing this hollow world that's started to take over things.
sure.
And Amanda DeWaller gives the Bat this device that will kill her, but she's dying already.
Oh,
So the Batman walks in, and Ace is just sitting on a swing,
yeah.
swinging.
Yep.
And she is like, "You're here to kill me," and Batman's like, "Yes," and she's like, "Can you sit with me first?" So instead of assassinating her,
He just stays with her.
just sits with her, and
Yeah.
oh,
But you know what, though? I don't even see that as dark. I see that as beautiful.
it is so.
That is the
good.
kind of thing that I think, as rough as it is, I think kids should see. There's a great scene from a Superman comic where he flies up to a building where there's this girl who's getting ready to jump, and she says, "You don't have a right to, prevent me from doing this." He goes, "You're right, and I won't. I'm just here to talk to you." And then he uses his heat vision to sever the electrical lines because they've got lights on her, and he just talks to her. So if you think it through, he uses his superpowers. He's flying. He uses his heat vision, but none of that was necessary. He just did what any normal person would do. He stood there and he talked to her. And he said, "Look, I know things look bad, but your psychiatrist really does care. She got stuck in traffic and she can't get here. And that's partly why I'm here." And he just stays with her. And she decides on her own not to do it.
And also, a episode that redefined the origin of a villain from Batman the Animated Series.
Yep.
Heart of Ice.
Yep.
Oh,
You're absolutely right. That's
God.
brilliant.
Such great storytelling. Present day Hollywood. Take notes on Phil, Tim, and Paul Dini, please. Peter Safran, James Gunn, just go back and just binge it all. Binge it all.
Yeah,
binge it all.
They used that Mr. Freeze for the Batman and Robin movie too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because prior to that,
There wasn't that kind of story. Yeah.
No, he was known as Mr. Zero, and he was just some crazy guy with a snow gun. It was this guy right here. It was that.
Yep. Yeah. Right. Exactly. He was the equivalent of a jewel thief that had this, freeze ray.
Diamonds.
Whip-de-doo.
But that episode.
And I have run into other YouTubers, these purists, that are like, all villains need to be villains.
No.
It's like, there does need to be villains that are just villains, but the nice thing about a rogues gallery, but even the Joker, you can argue is an insane psychopath that's different from a Lex Luthor. I'm just saying there's different flavors, right? You got Joker.
Here we go.
You got Lex Luthor. You've got Mr. Freeze. They've all got different places they come from, different motivations, different kinds of evil, if you will. There's the selfish, there's the insane, there's the kind of warped by love, you know, there's room for nuance, you know?
Okay.
How
I'm sorry, Ace.
I was gonna say how I look at Mr. Freeze, I see him as a monster, like the way the old Universal monsters were, like the Wolfman or
Sure.
You know, he doesn't want to be in the situation he's in.
Right.
You know?
True. And again, his motivation has less to even do with his own plight as it does with trying to save his wife.
Right.
You know?
Here it comes. The question that I love to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Because folks, you know, Joker, you're just insane. You're crazy. I wager Batman is more insane than me.
Mm-hmm.
Different kind of insane, but sure. Yeah.
Well, because here's the thing. And this is why. And this is why the Joker is the perfect arch villain. The only one who's close, who's a close second, and it's a distant second, is Lex. Because the Joker is the mirror of the Bat. The Joker, because they're both insane.
Sure.
Both insane. The Joker accepts it, embraces it. Whereas the Bat is the mask is Bruce.
Right.
And he constantly has to fight what the Joker is he constantly has to fight what the Joker is trying to preach to him. The Joker wants Batman to kill him. He wants it because the minute he does, the Joker's right. All it takes is one bad day to become a killer.
And this is exactly why it frustrates me so much, the Snyderverse and so many other superhero stories where superheroes are okay with killing because blah, 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 blah.
Thank God we're getting a reset.
I agree. I wish that people would understand that, okay, and I've made this analogy before, and I don't think it's sacrilege to compare Superman with Jesus, because I think those kind of analogies are built in, right?
Snyder.
Yeah, he kind of went full force with it.
He
but
made that abundantly clear.
But here's the thing, though. I've said this about Jesus, right? You do a Bible study, okay? And you look at all the miracles that Jesus performs, that he's capable of doing, right? There's one that stands out to me that I love to use as an example. Jesus is going from town to town preaching, and he's got his disciples following him, and I don't know what they're doing. They're throwing flowers at his feet or whatever, right? And one woman comes up who is ill, a chronic illness, and she touches his hem of his jacket, and she's healed. And he feels the energy go out of him. He says, "Who touched me?" She says, "It was me, you know." She kind of apologized. She says, "I needed help, and I knew if I could just touch the hem of your garment, I would be healed." And she gets rebuked by his apostles, and he's like, "Leave her. Her faith is what has healed her. Let her go in peace." And obviously, he felt it. He felt the energy go out. And I've had a lot of people say to me, "Well, wait a minute. If he's God, he's all-knowing, why didn't he turn and help her?" I said, because he also knew that there was a lesson to be learned for all of us. He walked past her. He ignored her because he knew she would help herself and give him a chance to teach a lesson.
And
The idea of what you can do and what you choose not to do because it's for the greater good, that's the hero, right?
And this again goes back to why we have heroes. To
Right.
believe in the impossible.
Exactly.
It's her faith, nothing else. Her faith alone is what kept her going.
Exactly.
I am never going to fly. I am never going to be able to shoot lasers from my eyes. But I can be a better person tomorrow than I am today.
Right? Exactly. You can be a hero even if it's just an existential hero.
Now that is the Superman arc. The Batman arc is a much darker place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and this is why the Bat resonates with so many people because he's the most human of
Yep.
everyone.
Right.
And the Bat is truly the face that everyone sees, the face that people rarely see. That is Bruce. That's his true mask.
Yep. Exactly. I actually thought that was a great thing that came forward in the Christopher Nolan Batman. It was very clear that regardless of whether he was wearing a mask or not, he was Batman. Right. And his when he was public as Bruce Wayne, that was the affectation.
The act.
That was the act. Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: of all the live action Batmans that we've seen,
Mm-hmm.
the one role I think they have nailed every single time,
Mm-hmm.
Alfred.
Yes, I agree. I agree 100%.
Aged.
Jeremy Irons, you like his Alfred? All right.
Oh, I love his
Yeah.
Alfred. And Michael Caine. Come on now.
Yeah, Michael Caine was good too.
Funny.
That's true too.
I mean,
He had the humor.
And this goes to the Adam West bet.
Yeah,
They have never missed on Alfred.
that's true. No, you're absolutely right.
Animation.
He's always been always been spot on.
So, who was your favorite live action The Bat?
Oh, that's tough.
Age, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Let me think on this. You know who
You
I
have
say
an
is
answer.
underrated, and I might get slammed for this, but I thought Val Kilmer was actually
Oh,
pretty
God,
good.
the worst.
Yes.
Absolute worst. Absolute worst.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to think.
I
best
think
Batman.
I might even argue George Clooney was the worst, but that
No,
might not be his fault. That might be the direction he got.
Here's the problem. Let's think about live action Batman. I don't know that we've had one that I really loved. Michael Keaton's a great actor. I think he played a better Bruce Wayne than he did a Batman.
I will disagree.
Okay,
He did a good Bruce
let's
Wayne. Come on. You didn't like him as Bruce
let's put these together. Okay.
Okay.
We have Michael Keaton. We
Adam
have
West,
Adam West and
Val
Kevin
George.
Conway. No, these are my three.
Okay.
Adam
Right.
West, Michael
Conway.
Keaton, Kevin Conway.
Kevin Conway.
Yeah.
Conroy.
Conroy, sorry.
He's animated. He saw live action.
Let go. It's fine. Live
Still.
action. Okay.
And I put all three of these above Christian Bale. I do, because Christian Bale would be a good close fourth, but he still doesn't break that three for me.
Okay.
And the only thing that edges out Adam West is that,
Happiness.
in fairness, he was doing the role he was supposed to be playing, but it was the camp, shtick, right?
And let's just say, Yvonne Craig.
Well, there's that too, and Julie Newmar. I mean, and let's face it, for me, that was my introduction to Batman. So there's got to be a special place for Adam West in my heart. And Michael French, you know, the one of my favorite guests. Sorry, guys. He's always good. He's going to be my favorite guest. But Adam West all day long is the best because there was so much going on with that show that was intentional and underappreciated. You're absolutely right. But, okay, and Kevin Conroy is the best voice. West is the best live. Actually, in fairness, Adam West actually did a great voice, too. Keep in mind that Adam West did the voice. Well, yeah, Family Guy. But he did a stint with... Butler. Yeah, could one of my blue wrenches please take care of that for me, please?
What are they saying?
But that just means I got a popular show, you know. When the porn bots come, yeah. When I have Joker voice on, you know, they're gonna come for me. But
you think there are any Harley Quinn chat women out there that dress like Harley Quinn, act like her for the thing?
Okay,
I don't know. Back in the 80s and 90s, they used to have, like, you know.
I can talk about that after this. So
you know, 1-900 call up Harley. You know, that could be a thing.
Aged. Hang on to that thought.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. And you know what? Look, today, if I'm gonna answer that question, it's you know, it's got to be Kevin Conroy. I'm sorry. Today, it's Kevin Conroy. It has to be.
Okay. So, I will not disagree. I will not disagree with you on the body of work.
Yeah.
But as far as live action, and only going live action, the best we've gotten, and yes, this is an unpopular opinion, but it's the right one, is Ben Affleck.
You think?
No, actually,
absolutely. Nope. And here is why. Because of where they put Bruce Wayne in his timeline. Jason Todd has been killed. So there is that in-between phase where Bruce is cynical.
I had not thought of that.
He's an older, world-weary Batman. That's what he's playing in those. Yeah.
He is jaded. He is cynical. He is a alcoholic. And
Affleck.
And Ben plays it perfectly.
I had not considered that. I had not been thinking that was the timeline, right? Tim Drake hasn't come to help him out yet.
Nope.
There was
I was there when Tim Drake was first introduced. Okay, so I remember the introduction of Tim Drake and how important that was to Batman at the time.
In the Batman vs Superman movie, you see Robin's costume in the Batcave, and spray painted on it is "This time, Batman, the joke's on you." And I guess the insignia was Jason Todd, and Joker beat him to death. Yeah.
I want to answer this question. Why would I call Harley? She's a psychopath. Because she does the freaky stuff. That's why.
Okay.
Trust me.
Oh my gosh. So we got people meeting up in the chat. Hi Michael, pleasure to meet you. Love your content. If you're not already subscribed to Retro Blasting, I can't even imagine why you're in my chat, because I am constantly talking about toys and Retro Blasting, and yeah, I know. Okay. I know you know Retro Blasting. But I'll tell you something else. I don't know if this counts for anything, but I've been talking about, you know, my custom action figures and how I'm working on a well, it's probably not going to show up on camera now. I'm working on a a custom Christopher Reeve
on the hand.
Superman. Yeah. I've already done the Christopher Reeve Clark Kent. Now I'm starting on a Batman 2, and it's probably going to be a Michael Keaton Batman. I've got the Michael Keaton head, and I've got the Christian Bale head, and I think ultimately it's gonna be the Michael Keaton. I mean, I already got the Figures Toy Company, Adam West, so I mean, there's nothing for me to do there, you know.
Which was it? 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago at work, I heard the real Superman theme, the John Williams theme, and I'm like, how can anyone put Hans Zimmer above this?
Do you have the 75th anniversary DC CD?
No.
Yeah, look into it. They have like all the themes of all the. I mean, from the John Williams, the Tim
Elfman.
Burton one,
Elfman.
Danny Elfman. They've got the theme from the. Well, I guess this is Danny Elfman also from the Flash, Wonder Woman. You know, even up to that. What was that Green Lantern that we just watched? Boomer.
First Flight.
First Flight, the theme from that too. I mean, they're all there. The Super Friends, dun, 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 all of it, all of it.
Troy, you just got me hard.
Okay, I feel weird about that, but okay. I'm glad you're enjoying the show.
I'm just saying, every Saturday for years was the challenge of the Super. I was tuned in every weekend.
I'm right there with you. Troy Pacelli, good evening, Troy. Sorry to be late. I love your example of the Jesus story to explain why he needs hero. Yeah, and what it means to be a hero. Sometimes, and I don't think I finished. I don't think I finished that thought there. The idea of you have all this power, and sometimes it's what you don't do with that power that is powerful, right? Yeah, exactly. When you have the ability to kill with a thought and you don't do it, when you have the ability to, in the case of like Jesus, you can perform a miracle and help people, but you withhold. And it's a hard thing to do, because if you are that loving and you just want to help, but you're like, no, because I know that they'll get the help they need in just a moment. I'm going to have to wait because more people will be helped if I do this differently. Thinking that through, and this is why when I look at that Man of Steel, okay? Oh, he had no choice but to break the guy's neck. No. Superman is a hero because he finds a way. And you know what? They already did this story. It was called Superman 2. He found a way by leading everyone out of Metropolis so people weren't in danger, and he didn't kill anybody. He took away their superpowers.
Didn't he, after he got the superpowers, he knocked them in the bottomless pit or something?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. And even
that you're a pain in the neck, and she hit her.
Yeah. So then you're saying Lois Lane's a murderer too, right? No.
And now,
even with that edit, even with the original theatrical edit, it's ambiguous what happens to them. You cannot make the argument that they're dead. You can't. In fact, what's more likely is they fall into some sort of a prison pit cell kind of thing. But we know from the extended television release that they didn't die and they're taken away by Arctic police.
Oh, sure. Why not?
Whatever. We know that it was never intended that they died. So don't give me that stuff.
Now, Troy, I showed a symbol that I have tattooed on this arm here. Even when
if you do that video, Michael, I will feel so encouraged that maybe possibly I might have encouraged a video from you. That would be really, really cool.
So this symbol here, even when you were even when you were granted the darkest powers from the deepest depths of hell, you still have a choice, and that is the character arc of Spawn.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And even one could argue that in the DC, if we're going to talk live action, the Lucifer television series, you know.
Oh, it's a good series.
It was a good series. I know. It doesn't look anything like the DC. But you know what? When you consider how badly all the rest of the DC TV series were, you know, if you're going to break from canon, at least make it a good show. And at least they did that with, up to the last season. I did not care for the last season.
No, it didn't. Which I did. I've got a couple of stories about John Constantine and Zatanna.
Okay. I wasn't as big a Vertigo guy, but I'd be interested in hearing this.
Oh, Zatanna is such a great character, and especially Constantine. So I'll exchange your emails and I'll send you those.
Awesome. Yeah. And yeah, I would really encourage you. Yep, there you go. I would really encourage you look up, and it's available on Amazon. It's not terribly expensive. The CD of the, you know what? I want to get the title for you and for the audience. DC 75th anniversary. Here it is. DC Comics, the 75th no, that's the poster book. 75th anniversary CD. It is Music of DC Comics 75th anniversary collection.
Stop it.
The Music of DC Comics 75th anniversary collection.
Smallville theme on there?
It is. I think so. Oh. Let me double check. Let me see if I can find a track list for it.
They could probably do a whole CD of just songs about Superman written by various artists.
Almost. Okay, so, you know what? My channel, I can do this. Track list. Superman March. Theme from Superman. Okay, so the first one is Sammy Timberg. Second one, John Williams. John Gart, The Adventures of Superman. Jay Grushka, Lois and Clark, The New Adventures of Superman. John Gart, The Adventures of Superboy. Kevin Kinner, Superboy. We're getting into cartoons here, too.
Well, okay, because Kevin Kinner, as we know, is the guy who did all the scoring.
Yep.
For the Clone Wars.
Yep, that's true, too. Right. Louis Fabre, the end titles from Smallville Season 8. Lee Zoller, Batman the Electrical Brain. Danny Elfman, the Batman theme. John Gart, The Adventures of Batman. Neil Hefti, Batman TV series theme. Andy Sturmer, Batman the Brave and the Bold theme. Christopher Carter, Batman Beyond main title. Hans Zimmer, James Newton Howard, Molasses from Batman Begins. John Gart, Justice League of America. Hoyt Curtin, Super Friends. Hoyt Curtin, the all-new Super Friends Hour. Michael McKirsten, Justice League Unlimited theme.
Stop it!
Yep. Fred Werner, Legends of the Superheroes. John Gart, The Teen Titans. John Gart, Aquaman. Christopher, and we're getting into some obscure cartoons here. Christopher Stone, Swamp Thing. Jeff Michael Yvette Bliss, Shazam. John Gart, The Flash. John Gart, Green Lantern. Robert J. Krull, The Green Lantern First Flight. John Gart, The Atom. John Gart, Hawkman. Dean Elliott, Plastic Man Comedy Adventure Show.
Stop it!
Yes!
Was there a
Christopher Drake, Wonder Woman, the animated movie end titles, and Christopher Fox, Wonder Woman.
There was a Plastic Man TV show?
Oh,
it was a cartoon.
God, yes.
Yeah.
It was great. It was Plastic Man Captain Caveman, Rickety Rocket.
Huh.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
So just think of the Sid and Marty Croft hour
Yep.
animated.
Yep. Wow.
Which I'm still waiting for a con for Amy Acker to show up. Amy, come to a con here soon so I can have you.
Oh, it's cute. You think anybody beside anyone more famous than Michael French is watching my channel?
Huntress.
Secret Origins, yeah.
Hello, good.
Nice.
He's got a mallet.
But
And then if anyone likes the Walking Dead, because I don't, you just message me and I'll send you this.
I'll tell you what, the original comics were good, but just like the TV series, there comes a point where it's like, it just needs to end already. It just needs to end. At least all the zombie films in the Living Dead and Night of the Living Dead and Day of the Dead series, at least you can argue they're all taking place at the same time in different places.
Okay, first off, those are not zombies, okay? Zombies, and I have said this numerous times because I am a bit of a lore.
Sure.
Zombies are magically reanimated corpses.
Okay,
Those
true.
are not zombies. Those would be ghouls.
True. Nope, you're absolutely right. He makes an excellent point. You had me at Amy Acker. Yeah, right?
Fred from Angel.
Yep.
Last thing I saw Amy Acker on was The Gifted, the X-Men
Yes.
series.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she was the voice of the Huntress
yeah.
in the DC Unlimited series.
Yep.
Which there was a great little arc between the Huntress and the Question, which I'm just saying, James Gunn, once you get this whole thing established, an HBO Max black and white noir detective series of the Question.
Oh, I'd watch that.
That happen.
The Question. Did you ever see The Question go up against the Riddler?
Yes.
And that's the one where the Riddler takes over the bus or whatever.
Yeah.
That was freaking brilliant. That was like, it takes all these years of Batman fighting the Riddler and just compressing it down into WTF. You know, it's like, that's not a riddle. A riddle is, what's the sound of one hand clapping? If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a noise? And the Riddler's like, what? Wait, what? Huh? What? Sorry.
Do you know who voiced? Oh, good.
So, and then you get, there was that arc. And then they were paired with Oliver Queen and Black Canary, which, oh my God, the voice of Black Canary. Oh, Inara from Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
Morena Baccaris.
Wow, nice.
Do you know who voiced the Question, Troy?
I do not.
No, I don't.
Jeffrey Combs.
Oh.
No kidding.
Yes, on Justice League, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, he would. I didn't know he was doing voice acting, but I could see him doing a lot of great voices. Absolutely. What's he looking for? He's got something going.
Apparently he does a...
Oh, good night, Matanui. I'm sorry, I didn't see the note.
He's drinking a
And then Anomas is going to. Thanks so much for stopping by. Please, before you leave, make sure you subscribe to Joker Voice if you haven't already. He's good people. crazy as he is, he's good people. What you got there? Oh, okay, fair enough.
Says I'm not going to go outside because it's cold now here in Vegas.
Well, and we've kept you for a while, so you've probably hit your nicotine point, so fair enough. So I wanted to get back to one last question before we wrap up. Tell us a little bit about your channel. How did you start it, and why, and elevator pitch.
Okay, so my channel started because I've been watching channels like Doomcock, The Midnight's Edge, and just agreeing with the fact that there's something wrong with entertainment.
I agree.
And I got my first little taste of this. I was brought on a Monday night interview stream with the Salty Nerd podcast with me and Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of prompted my little brain, like, okay, maybe I could do something like this. So December 30th of 2021, I started my first episode with the Book of Boba Fett, episode 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I've started from there. And ever since then, I have been kind of in the same vein as nerd, Roddick, the Midnight's Edge, Doomcock, just kind of this, to bring this awareness that we are going to win this battle, folks. That this wokeness, its time is starting to fade.
Mm.
But we need to stay legit. And there are a lot of other channels that are really making waves, like Ripa, Razor Fist, Night's Watch.
Yeah.
Right? And then I had a chance not too long ago where the Geeks and Gamers or Friday Night Tights group were out here in my town.
Mm-hmm.
And I got to meet Harry and Jeremy and Ryan and
Nice.
Quarter Black and Stephanie and Culture. Loved meeting Culture.
Yeah. Culture
And-
Casino is
Yes.
good people.
And I have known the Salty Nerd crew, and then JT from late night now with Cap. I have known him a while, but it's just reassuring that we are making changes happen. Now, I will say I do not like the analogy of the pendulum, because what a pendulum does, because it's swung so far in one way, that it will overcorrect and will start to show ideology on the other side of the aisle. I don't want that either. So if we can just push the needle to the center, we will get good we will get good stories that both sides can seemingly agree upon for the wider audience.
Yeah.
Push toward the center. Do not push to go the opposite way because I do not want Ben Shapiro talking to dominate the culture, just like I don't want AOC to dominate
Exactly.
the culture the other way.
If anything, the only time I want politics in my entertainment is when it's done smart. The way
House of the
Dragon's great example. More subtle. If you want to be on the nose about it, Star Trek: The Next Generation, even the original Star Trek, did a great job of it. You know,
yes.
Do it as an analog. Do it from the center and show both sides. Let me think. Thinking is fun. Okay, having it shoveled into my head, not fun.
Right.
You know, in fact, I resent the hell out of it. You know, if I'm going to be true. So yeah, I suppose that's a big part of why all of us talk about this topic. I don't always talk about this topic. When I do, I tend to rant. Just ask Boomer, you know. Watch me on Sunday over on Geeky Geezers on his channel. You'll see a lot of that. That's, I think, why half the people tune in is just to hear Troy rant. But, you know, other than that, I've said this. I said this with Michael a couple weeks ago, and I've mentioned this a bunch of times as I got closer to getting my and now that I finally have my community tab. I want to build community here because I like hanging out with. You know, I wasn't joking earlier when I said, "Well, now that I got you on the show, I can ask you directly the questions I wanted to ask you," because I want to be able to sit down and chat with you and, you know, everyone else that I bring on the channel and everyone else that's here in the chat, because...
And that goes for everyone here.
Yeah.
Please, do not be afraid to ask me a direct question. Do not be afraid to ask
hit that subscribe button so that you can then go and put all the comments on his videos, and, you know, he'll read them and he'll answer you because it's all engagement, you know?
Yes.
But, yeah, in fact, Red Room Diecast, I sub to you, Joker. I'm interested in your point of view, and I'm guessing that you're probably going to be hanging out with me a little bit on MeWe as we continue to. Oh, and I just realized I never finished my thought about that. So I've had all these different videos where I've, you know, done rewatches of Smallville episodes and movies and stuff like that, and said,
leave Smallville alone. Except Supergirl.
It's not perfect. I honestly think they should have cut it off. They should have done four seasons. No, I agree with you on the Supergirl thing, but I think they should have done 4 seasons in Smallville. Okay? And then they should have done 4 seasons of something else. Maybe he goes on to Metropolis University or something like that. And then after 8 seasons, no more TV show. He goes up to the big screen and he does Metropolis.
I think that one storyline that they introduced and they should have never done, the Legion of Superheroes.
Yeah, they did a crappy job with that. You're right. I agree with you.
And they tease characters that they should have never teased, aka Dr. Fate.
Well, all the Justice Society. If they were going to do that, they should have frickin' done something with them.
But in the series Constantine, they touched it and put it down appropriately because the gal grabbed the helmet of fate, and Constantine said, "Put that down before it puts you down."
Yeah, no, there you go. But what I want to do is I want to start doing a series of videos, and this is a lot of work, and it's going to be a lot of scripting and editing. But I'm going to start by taking episodes of Smallville and go through them and kind of tell a synopsis of the story, specifically pointing out changes that I would make.
I would change Well, because for one, Arthur Curry in Smallville
Yep.
is Hawk in Titans.
Did you ever see the unreleased? Well, I guess they have since released it, but the pilot that was never picked up for the Aquaman series.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
No.
So Justin Hartley, who played Green Arrow, originally before he played Green Arrow, he played Arthur Curry in a pilot that was going to be called Mercy Reef. It was going to be the Aquaman version of Smallville. Dude, they released it as a DVD extra on one season of Smallville, and it was pretty damn good.
Okay.
It was actually really good.
Did he have a part-time job at a seafood restaurant?
No.
Okay. Aquaman is something that the Warner Brothers has never gotten right. Even with Jason, who all the gals love him.
Yeah.
The gals love Jason.
You mean Lobo.
Thank you. Thank you. Jason is Lobo.
I agree.
How great would that be?
That would be awesome.
To have a Henry Cavill.
Look, I learned the term frack from him long before they were doing it in Babylon 5.
Which
Battlestar Galactica, I mean.
The voice is done by who? The voice of Lobo is who?
I don't know.
Brad Garrett.
Oh, really? The Big Jew guy.
Yeah.
1-800-BIG-JEW.
1-800-BIG-JEW. That's right.
Yeah, the main man right here.
Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
How great would a film of Jason and Henry going toe to toe?
I know, right? That would be brilliant. So the first change that I would make in Smallville, I've already started writing up the script for the first one. The first thing I would do is there's a scene where the first introduction of the Luthors, right, is the Daily Planet, and the headline is about the head of Queen Industries going missing. First thing I would change is it's not a Metropolis-based company. It's a Star City. It's a Star City-based company.
Correct.
That's the first thing I would change. Minor thing, but a change nonetheless.
Right.
Second, he gets to school, right? Sees Lana Lang. Lana Lang is played by Amy, what's her name? The one that played Lois in Man of Steel.
Acker. Amy
No.
Acker. No. Amy
Adams. Amy Adams, who actually played a role in Smallville in the first season. She was a Creature of the Week. She should have been Lana Lang. That's the other change that I would make.
Which I don't mind that. Which I would love to see, and this is just my own personal fan casting. Lois Lane, Mila Kunis.
Okay, I can see it. Sure.
And my fan casting, because I'm a fan of the redheads, and yes folks, genocide is a real thing, but the perfect casting for Poison Ivy, Karen Gillan.
Oh, I can see that. Sure.
And the casting for Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl, Natalie Dormer.
I can see that too. I dig it. I absolutely can. Yeah. Nice. But so that's the kind of, and I'm going to do and I'll take it episode by episode, the things I would change. And there might be something as simple as these 2 episodes, I'm taking the B plot from this one, the A plot from this one, and I'm eliminating the other two, and I'm truncating them, whatever. But that's what I'm going to do going forward. And then I'm going to outline things like movies, like
Troy.
Oh, we have a lot to talk about. How I think there should have been a Wonder Woman movie years and years ago. Okay, but it should have started with a World War II era thing. It should have starred Lucy Lawless, and have her do the World War II thing, leave, come back, a generation later, do another movie, when she returns and so forth.
Which I would have kept, which I would still keep the same actress as I would keep the same actress of the Wonder Girl as in Titans.
Oh, absolutely. Although, if I can do whatever I want there to be two different possible Wonder Girls. One being Donna Troy and one being Drusilla. Drusilla's got to be there at least in the World War II era.
So I would just say, if I had my druthers, this would be a hard R series, and there would be a little hanky-panky between Lucy Lawless, which we know she did from Spartacus, and Arthur Curry's betrothed Mira.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Because
and Amber Heard would never be a part of the DC universe. Just saying.
No. Fuck no.
I like that. Fuck no. Absolutely not.
Fuck that bitch.
Oh, but let me tell you something. Update to my chat. Those of you that remember back when I did the one special episode talking about the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. And I did a sort of pseudo parody commercial for Farmhand Tom's Amber's odor eating spray, which actually is a real product. Farmhand Tom reached out to me. He saw the video and he liked it, and he was really happy about it. So I've been in talks with him. I'll tell you more about that in the future, but I just thought that was a great little follow-up thing. It was kind of cool. So, nice. Farmhand Tom, yeah, it's a real product. But anyway, so do you have anything big coming up on your channel in the next week or so that you want to share?
I will be doing a spoiler review the Monday for Wakanda. Whatever.
Yeah.
That will be on Monday, and then Thursday I will be resuming episode 4 of the HBO Max series Titans. Because on the whole, I like the series so far. I'm a fan up to this point. There are some things in episode 3 that give me a little pause. I'm like,
yeah.
But we'll see if they can tighten it up, not tighten it up.
Tighten it up, yeah.
But
there you go.
I am very happy to see that this series is going to be very heavy on my favorite character from the Titans, that being Raven.
Yep.
Which
I saw your last video about it. It does kind of pique my interest. Is this the same series that started out with Dick Grayson saying "fuck Batman"?
Yes.
I've not been really that interested in picking that up.
Okay, but that scene,
and
I'm like, that is so Dick Grayson.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because Dick, he was in such a thing to separate himself from Bruce. That's why he made Nightwing, to separate himself. But the action scenes of him are done so well, and I as cheesy as the series may be, it is still better than anything Marvel has done.
Okay, I can see that, but that's not a very high bar.
Okay, it's not, but at the same time, then I'm like, okay, at least there's a story here. They've 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 there's been very little messaging.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought you were going to say. It was better than anything they've done on the CW, and I was going to say that's also a very low bar.
But I would love to see I would love to see I would love to see the gal from Smallville, Supergirl, not the C-Dub.
I know, right? Absolutely, that was perfect casting.
Dude, she was amazing, and she was gorgeous to start with.
Laura Vanderwoort, I believe, is her name.
And she is perfect for Supergirl.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. But all right. So then as we wind down Age of Boomer, actually before we even get to Age of Boomer, tomorrow night on Netter's Network, what are we going to be watching on your channel tomorrow night? Butterfly Effect with Dude, Where's My Car guy. What's his name?
Which cut?
Ashton
Kutcher, right.
Which cut?
Oh, the original theatrical cut.
Okay.
I decided that we kind of need to start there, and then I will talk through the alternate endings at the end.
Oh, dear God. That's a lot of them.
I'll tell you what, that original ending that they decided not to go with, as dark as it is, makes sense. It makes sense. But some of those other more happy endings make no sense at all. The happy sappy ending, it's almost so happy sappy it's creepy. It's just wrong.
Leave it dark, folks.
We'll talk about that tomorrow night. But then over on your channel, Age of Boomer, what are we doing on Sunday?
We are doing Geeky Geezers, and we're going to talk about this week's news. Obviously, unfortunately, we had 2 unfortunate deaths that we'll go into more detail then on that stream also. Just interesting news, some rumors. I mean, maybe these are heavy rumors, but maybe a certain Steven Spielberg might be directing a certain superhero movie, but we'll see if that pans out to be true. But
we'll
I'm
see.
interested.
Mass Disney layoffs.
Mass Disney layoffs.
I did actually we were talking about Disney Plus
too.
not being the big success that they claimed to be.
Yeah, the earnings call came out, so there's that too.
And tears coming.
You don't even need to wait until Sunday on that one. Valiant Renegade covers that in detail if you can handle that kind of detail.
If you're not tuned into that channel, you are depriving yourself of so much inside scoop stuff.
Yeah. He I know people try to rip on him because they disagree, but it's like, look, what he's spouting is not opinions. It is facts. He brings the receipts. You can't argue. Your feelings, have nothing to do with these facts. It's just the way it is. To that. So that's the do we have a Batman show on Monday over on Soundtracks with Birdman, Aged Boomer?
Not that I know of, but we'll see. We'll see.
Okay.
Keep an eye out on Sandra Birdman. I know he had I think a medical issue this week, but I think he'll be okay.
Okay. So we don't know about Wednesday either?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. So, but it's still worthwhile to be subscribed to Soundtracks with Birdman. He's the music guy.
Monday.
Go ahead.
For me, Monday as well on Legion Talk. Myself, Ryan Legion, and if you know her on Twitter, 300 mirrors. We just got done doing House of the Dragon. We are going back to where it all started. Last week was episode 1. this week, Game of Thrones, Season 1, Episode 2. No review.
There we go. Okay. So that's Monday, Tuesday. Nothing on Mr. Matchstick's channel, right? Because we just did Thursday.
Yeah, so we're not gonna do one this week. Yeah.
And then I guess that brings me back to Friday. Next Friday, 1 week from today. Happy Life Day, everybody!
Oh boy,
We'll be doing a watch party, my annual watch party. He's giving me the thumbs up, right? Thumbs up.
Annual torture.
Annual torture of Netter with the Star Wars Holiday Special. Haven't yet decided which version we'll be doing. It'll definitely be an edited version. It won't be the full version.
Netter, I feel your pain.
But we already did the best cut, the Thank the Maker cut last year, so I might just do the semi-watchable version this year. That'll be me and Netter and Aged Boomer and deleted scenes, and keeping our fingers crossed. I'm trying to get Fanscene back, but he can't commit until he sees what his work schedule is next week. So we'll see. That subject to change. And of course, Cosme Link will be provided so that you can watch along with us. Although I will also provide a YouTube link so that if you have problems with Cosme, you can just watch the YouTube version that we are watching. And that brings us around to Saturday on Big Al's channel, where he is doing a rewatch of... I don't remember. But if you follow Big Al Presents, you will see the he probably already has it even up. Just for the hell of it, let me just go to YouTube and check. Big Al, we're doing this live here, people. This is me being all Mr. Professional.
The fact that you are actually watching the holiday special is just...
And that I do it... legend! He loves it! Yeah, legend with Tom Cruise. And I don't remember which version he had said, but... Legend.
My nipples just...
Yeah. I think Saturday is Tangerine Dream. And on Friday, he's going to do the other soundtrack. I forget. But so he's doing both of them. But, yeah. So, the holiday special, I saw that when it first came out. I was just young. You don't strike me as being old enough to remember when it first came out.
I was born 1971.
We are the same age. Why do I look so much older?
Genes.
Yeah, I guess. I guess.
And you're married.
And the loss of hair, But yeah, you're right. It's genes, It's
Dude, are you trying to say I've aged him?
Yeah. If anything, she's kept me in better health, to be honest. But yeah, I have fond memories of that, and if you haven't seen them, check out the videos that I've posted, and I will have more coming of the custom holiday special action figures that I've been making. So,
shut the front door.
Oh, you know what? Why don't I just go ahead and share one? Just because it's my channel and I frickin' can. I can. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I think I might have it in the StreamYard. Let me see. Let me see. Branding. No, I probably didn't pull it in separately.
So you have Chewy, Mala, Itchy, Lumpy.
Yep. Let me I gotta unmute it.
I know their names.
Let me present.
Oh, God.
Share screen.
Which the best part? Which the best part of the holiday special? The
From Kenner,
first.
Star Wars Holiday Special Collection comes Mala, Itchy, Lumpy, and all 20 action figures, including the new Bloodlow, Zutmore, and more, each sold separately. And now, Akmina, Star Wars bartender, with her drink dispensing pitcher. Akmina is not yet available in stores, but you can get her free with 4 proofs of purchase from any Star Wars Holiday Special action figures. Details on specially marked packs at participating stores. Offer expires May 31st. Star Wars Holiday Special action figures, sold separately from Kenner. There you go.
Oh, dear God. The best part of the entire holiday special is the first time we ever see Boba Fett.
Yep. And I will be doing a video about that too. I have a
and the only time that you can get the short Snaggletooth action figure.
That's right, because that was the one that was that picture that appears on the short Snaggletooth is from the holiday special.
Because the only time you could get that figure is if you bought the cantina, and it was the one dressed in blue that was the tall one.
Right. The tall one was the one that came exclusively with the cantina, and specifically the cantina from Sears.
Yes.
It wasn't the one with the opening door. It was the one with the cardboard. Yeah, yes. Exactly. But I did get from Pro Custom Figures the Boba Fett with in the same color scheme as from that cartoon with the firing rocket. And I did up a holiday special, back for it. And from Trash Compactor Customs, I got a Panana Dragon. I haven't finished building it yet. It's a resin cast, but I will be putting that together as well and doing a video about that. Yeah, my whole shtick when it comes to toys is there are things that didn't exist that should have, so I make them exist.
Okay, I like
that. Netter's awesome. She is my enabler. So if there's a toy out there that I want, she finds it and gets it for me. She got me the big 6-foot Vacuform Millennium Falcon Extraordinaire from the 90s that hung from the ceiling in Toys R Us, and I am going to be opening it up and customizing it with the cockpit and the
I hate you now.
I know, right? And
you can come over and help.
You can come over and no, he's in California, so I mean it's a long.
I'm in Nevada.
No. I thought you were in California. Okay.
Which we just turned red, so I'm just saying.
There you go. Congratulations on that. Oh, it turned it back red. Actually, it was red a while back, and now it's there. You go. Nice. She got me. I had as a child, and she got me again as an adult. The big Death Star playset.
I love that thing.
I do too, and I decided, as great as it was, I could build one that stands as high as the ceiling, and do 3D printed, hallways and.
Why do you hate me?
I know it's awesome. I'm also working on the cantina, of course, and I'm working on Jabba's throne room. She got me. There's a video also on my channel. You can go check it out. She got me the katana, the sail barge.
Stop it.
She got it for me on the secondary market because we missed the HasLab. It was a story of love is what I call that video. It is a great story.
Natter, do you have room for another husband?
I'm glad you didn't ask if she had sisters, because she does, but I would not wish that on my worst enemy.
Sorry, I'm not into. Was it polygamy?
Yeah.
I've been with this guy for 30 years.
Oh,
more than enough.
I'm more than a handful. Yeah, that's absolutely true. And they say size doesn't matter. Anyway.
But he might be willing to share his toys.
But yeah, I mean, we could have a play date sometime. Definitely. And I'll be doing more videos to show off, what I'm working on and all that good stuff. But anyway, that brings us to the end of the thing. Was there any last things you wanted to share with the chat? Joker voice.
Just check out my channel, subscribe, the merch store. Again, the more stuff you buy, the more you're going to contribute to a good cause.
Yeah.
And keep talking, folks. Keep talking. That's the way that we're going to change the culture here.
Absolutely. AJ Boomer, any last words?
No, it was great meeting you, Joker voice, and
my pleasure.
Your channel, definitely. Thank you.
And Netter.
No, I gotta get up because otherwise you can't hear me very good.
Yeah.
Well, I always say that we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well, good, and fine, and we have a lot of fun doing it. But it's so much more fun when you all are joining us in the chat and putting your questions and comments and trivia and weird statements. I mean, all kinds of stuff, because we get it all. But when you're joining us like that, it's not like you're in the chat. It's more like you're actually in the room with us.
Yep.
And that's how we feel. And you're not just friends for us, you're family too. We love you guys and we appreciate you joining us.
Yeah. Netter's right. I super appreciate you guys. It's like a night out at the pub with our good friends. I super appreciate you all. And
one more thing, if you haven't subscribed to the people in the chat or to the panelists, please do so. And also remember to make a comment on one of the videos, watch one of the vids so that your subscription stays. What we
were talking about, the losing the subscribers and stuff, that happens because you're not watching the videos, you're not engaging. So
they think
it's a great
comment, ring the bell, share the videos.
All that stuff actually does make a difference. When you hear about YouTube's doing shenanigans, I don't think it's as nefarious as that. It's just you fall off if you're not engaged. So,
correct.
And those things really, when you leave comments on the videos, there's a lot of you I know you guys are listening right now in the future, not live. I super appreciate when you guys come by and then you leave those comments later on. It really encourages me. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. I super appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, sir.
Hit it, sweetheart.